We've always been a nation of weather watchers in the UK and Ireland, keeping a close eye on the skies and sharing stories about the rain, the wind, and the ever-changing forecast. But lately, the storms aren't just background noise. They're the main event, dominating headlines and daily conversations. The frequency and intensity of these storms are unmistakable signs of a climate in flux, with each season bringing new records and fresh challenges. We now name our storms Ciarán, Babet, Isha, because they demand our attention and preparation, becoming household names almost overnight. These aren't just winter gales, they're major events, disrupting lives, damaging homes, and rewriting what we consider normal for our communities. Flooded villages, eroded coastlines, and toppled trees are now common sights, reminders of how vulnerable we are to nature's power. The storms are no longer distant threats. They're here, now, and they're a direct message from our changing climate, urging us to pay attention. In this video, we'll break down the science behind these supercharged storms, exploring what's driving their strength and unpredictability. We'll look at how today's storms compare to those of the past, and what's changed over the decades. And we'll hear from those who faced their fury firsthand, sharing stories of resilience and recovery. This isn't just about bad weather, it's about our relationship with nature, the choices we make, and the urgent need to adapt to a new reality. Let's dive into the new reality of storms on our islands and discover what it means for our future together. Autumn 2023 was defined by two extraordinary storms, Babet and Ciarán, whose names will be remembered for years to come. Babet unleashed relentless, unyielding rain, transforming peaceful rivers into raging torrents and overwhelming even the newest flood defences in places like Brecon, Scotland. Streets were turned into canals, homes were ruined beyond recognition, and entire towns found themselves displaced, forced to leave behind everything familiar. Just as exhausted communities began the cleanup, Ciarán struck with hurricane-force winds, tearing roofs from houses, uprooting ancient trees, and causing chaos, especially in the Channel Islands. The sound was described as a never-ending roar, a terrifying, relentless reminder of nature's raw power and unpredictability. Together, Babet and Ciarán delivered devastating floods and destructive gales, pushing emergency services and communities to their absolute limits. These weren't isolated incidents, but part of a growing, troubling pattern of intense North Atlantic storms battering the UK with increasing frequency. For thousands of people, these storms were a brutal awakening to the harsh reality of climate change and its immediate impacts on daily life. The warnings are no longer abstract, they're personal, immediate, and impossible to ignore, affecting every community in their path. This is the new face of our weather, a future shaped by extremes, demanding our attention and action. Behind every storm statistic is a human story. Lives disrupted, homes lost, communities fractured. Each number in the news represents a family facing heartbreak, uncertainty, and the daunting task of starting over. The terror begins with the storm itself, but the aftermath is often worse. Ruined possessions, exhausting cleanup, and the overwhelming sense of loss that lingers long after the waters recede. For many, it means months or even years to rebuild, with every day a reminder of what was lost and what must be restored. In towns like Brecon and Catcliffe, entire communities were displaced, forced into temporary accommodation, often far from the places and people they know best. Families are separated from their support networks, children from their schools, and neighbours from one another, deepening the sense of isolation. Tragically, lives were lost, swept away by floodwaters or caught in the chaos of the storm, leaving loved ones to grieve in the aftermath. Others were struck by falling trees, a sudden and devastating reminder of nature's power. The emotional toll is immense. Anxiety, insecurity, and a deep sense of vulnerability that can last for years. Every time a weather warning is issued, fear returns, and the memories of past storms resurface. making it hard to ever truly feel safe again. The scars left by these storms aren't just physical, they're psychological, shaping how people feel about their homes, their futures, and their communities. The sense of security is shaken, and the process of recovery is as much about healing hearts as it is about repairing buildings. The cost is measured not just in damage, but in the invisible wounds to our sense of safety and belonging, and the memories that can never be replaced. These storms are reshaping lives in ways that statistics can never fully capture, altering the fabric of communities and the course of countless lives. The human cost is real, and it's growing, reminding us that behind every headline, there are stories of resilience, loss, and hope. Why are storms getting so powerful? One reason is rapid cyclogenesis, when a storm intensifies dramatically in less than 24 hours. Imagine a gentle swirl turning into a ferocious vortex almost overnight. This happens when the jet stream pulls air upwards, causing surface pressure to plummet and winds to surge. The official marker, a pressure drop of at least 24 millibars in 24 hours, a true weather bomb. This rapid intensification means storms arrive already supercharged, leaving little time to prepare. It's the engine behind the violent winds we saw with Storm Ciarán. Understanding this process explains why storms are now so fierce and unpredictable. Rapid cyclogenesis is turning ordinary storms into extraordinary threats. If rapid cyclogenesis is the engine, warm ocean water is the fuel. The North Atlantic is running a fever. Sea surface temperatures are breaking records, providing storms with more energy than ever. Warm water evaporates, sending heat and moisture into the atmosphere, which supercharges developing storms. As this moist air rises and cools, it releases heat, dropping pressure and spinning up even stronger winds. The result, storms like Ciarán, intensified by a supercharged ocean. This isn't just about more rain, it's about stronger, more destructive winds. The link between warmer oceans and fiercer storms is one of the clearest signals of climate change. As global temperatures rise, the North Atlantic absorbs the heat, making extreme storms more likely. We're leaving the stove on, and the atmosphere is getting more volatile. The conditions for powerful storms are now the new normal. To see how much things have changed, look back to the Great Storm of 1987, a once-in-a-generation event. Before 1990, storms of that magnitude were rare. Now, severe storms are more frequent and intense, with multiple named storms each winter. Rapid cyclogenesis is happening more often, and storms are reaching lower pressures and higher wind speeds. Rainfall is also more extreme, leading to widespread flooding like we saw with Babet. Scientific data confirms this trend. Storms are getting stronger, wetter, and more destructive. The storms of the past seem tame compared to today's supercharged systems. The benchmark for extreme weather is being reset, again and again. The impact of these storms isn't just on people, it's devastating for nature too. Ancient woodlands are toppled in moments, destroying entire ecosystems. Coastal habitats like salt marshes and dunes are eroded by storm surges, leaving wildlife homeless. Ground-nesting birds lose their breeding sites, and puffin colonies suffer from landslides and flooding. Rivers and wetlands are scoured by floodwaters, and pollution from runoff kills fish and aquatic life. The relentless pace of storms means habitats have no time to recover, pushing ecosystems to the brink. Permanent changes are happening. Woodlands may never regrow, dunes may vanish forever. Our wildlife is resilient, but there's a limit. These storms are making our natural world more fragile than ever. Stronger storms are reshaping our coastlines. Cliffs crumble, paths vanish, and communities face tough choices. Do we build higher sea walls or retreat inland? These are real decisions for villages from Cornwall to Norfolk. For many, leaving the coast means losing heritage and identity. The impact goes beyond the shore. Roads, railways, and power grids, built for a gentler climate, are now vulnerable. Flooded railways and downed power lines disrupt daily life and cost millions. Adapting our infrastructure is a massive challenge, but it's essential. The sense of predictability is gone. Farmers, homeowners, and entire communities must become more resilient. Some places and ways of life may not survive this new stormy reality. The storms battering the UK and Ireland are stronger, more frequent, and more destructive, a direct result of a warming world. Warmer seas and rapid cyclogenesis are turning ordinary storms into weather bombs. We've seen the consequences: ruined homes, lost lives, fractured communities, and damaged ecosystems. The benchmark for extreme weather is being reset every year. What was once rare is now routine. This isn't a distant problem. It's happening now, everywhere. The cost of inaction is measured in broken homes and lost habitats. The future promises more of the same, unless we act. We must adapt and, crucially, address the root cause: global warming. The storms are a call to action, nature's urgent plea for us to change course before things get worse.